So I have some raw groundnuts here with me, and before we do anything, we are going to sort them out because they are raw. I usually sometimes find like particles and items that are not meant to be there. You see, like there's this, I think it's some string, and then there's usually, you can even find stones, so it's very important, or peels from the groundnut shell. So it's important for you to sort them out first before you do anything. So that's what I'm going to do. Then we'll wash, salt, and I'll show you guys how to roast using the oven. So this is what I got after all the sorting. So these are just foreign particles, peels from the peanut shell, and just peanuts that look like suspect. Yeah, so I removed all of that, and now I want to wash them because sometimes they come and they're a bit dusty. So I usually prefer washing them. So now that our peanuts are clean, we are going to add salt. And then toss them to make sure it's all mixed. And as I'm doing this, my oven is already preheating. We're going to roast them at 160 degrees. You can do higher, it just means that you have to keep checking quite often so that they don't burn. You can also roast them on the stovetop in a saucepan or a sufuria. But I usually feel like the oven is a bit more hands-free compared to the stovetop method. So now I have my oven tray here, and I'm just going to pour all of them in and spread them flat. So if we were making, let's say, spiced groundnuts or peanuts, then maybe we would have added a spice or something. But since these are going to be used for making the peanut butter, I haven't added anything else apart from salt. So now that our peanuts are washed, cleaned and salted, now we want to roast them in the oven. I'm going to keep checking them at intervals of, let's say, 10 minutes at first, and then as they are drying out, I will reduce to intervals of 5 minutes. You'll know they are ready when they start producing it's a crackling sound. That's how I usually know they're ready. But you can also just take a few, let them cool down a bit, and taste them to see if they're dry. So essentially we are drying them out at the same time we are roasting. So now the nuts have cooled down completely, and as you can tell, they're fully dry because you can easily remove the skin. So I want us to remove the skin. You can blend them when they're like that, but I prefer removing the skin. If you guys have an easier way of doing this, let me know, but I usually just rub them between the palm of my hands. So I've removed most of the skin, and now the not so fun part is to separate the groundnuts from the skin. So I usually just blow, and honestly it's very messy. Yeah, but I usually just blow. I saw someone using like a net and rubbing the groundnuts when they were in the net, and the net had holes just big enough for the skin to drop off and leave the nuts. But the net that I have doesn't have has bigger holes, so even the nuts will pass through. So I have to do this the hard way. But again, like I said, you can blend them with the peel on. I just prefer mine some of the skin removed. And this is the aftermath of all that. Like I said, if someone has an easier way of doing this apart from the net, please let me know in the comment section. And remember, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and like this video because it supports my channel. So let me clean this up, then we get to grinding this into peanut butter. So we're going to use the grinder part of the blender, but if you have a powerful blender, unlike mine, you can use that to blend. You can just use the blender jug to blend. We're not going to add anything, any oil. We're just going to blend until the peanuts remove their own oil and it becomes a smooth peanut butter.